Alright humans, today there's two battles in this episode. The top options on this little menu box here will allow you to watch either battle at regular speed with my commentary. The bottom options will allow you to watch either battle sped up with music. So take your preference. If you don't decide on anything, then the first battle will just start at regular speed. Enjoy, humans! Hello humans, I'm Yoshiller and welcome back to some more Pokemon BATAW! Alright, today's opponent is Sephazon, and he actually competes in Pokemon World Championship competitions. So, I had to post-commentate these matches. I'm sorry, I had to go over to Starbucks if I wanted to have these matches because that's where the internet was. And I would have gotten disconnected if I stayed at home, and I can't imagine you guys wanted to hear the background commentary of Starbucks, so instead I'm just going to post-commentate these. Also, just to fill you guys in, the background's red and green because Sephazon wanted Christmas colors for the background, but I'm Jewish, so I'm deciding to stick a menorah and a Christmas tree in the background for holiday purposes. So happy holidays, humans! Anywho, in regards to this Pokemon match, there's two matches today, so let's start off by post-commentating the first one. And again, I don't really like doing post-commentary, but whatever. Alright, so here we go. Battle number 1 against Sephazon! Starts off with Shadow the Frog, his shiny Greninja, which is a water dark type, and I start off with my Mawile, which is a steel fairy type. Alright. I, of course, Mega Evolve her because she is much more useful that way. Her attack stat, like, skyrockets, and her defense stat gets better too. But, unfortunately for me, he's using a special attack, and my Mawile has, like, no special defense stat whatsoever. Additionally, that also changes his type to pure water, rather than water dark. And I used a fairy attack, hoping I'd get a super effective hit, and, well, that's no longer going to be the case. Plus, I'm burned, and being burned lowers my attack stat, which means I was unable to successfully one-shot him. However, thankfully for me, I have Sucker Punch, so that Greninja is definitely going down. Awesome job, Mawile! It would have been great if I could have one-shot him, but whatever, it's fine. So, up next he has African Goku, which is his Lucario. And while my Mawile has a good defense stat, his Lucario has an awesome attack stat, which is only going to get higher because he Mega Evolved it. So, unfortunately for me, my Mawile is about to go down. Don't worry, Mawile, you did an awesome job. You took down his shiny Greninja. Okay. So, in hopes of countering this Lucario, I sent out Yoshiller, my Gliscor, since it resists fighting attacks. But he took it back. Now, I considered using Earthquake, but I was fearful that he'd have a flying-type Pokemon or a Pokemon with Levitate. Gengar here has Levitate. But instead of using Earthquake, I used Acrobatics, because that would have done at least neutral to the Lucario. And, thankfully for me, I got a critical hit and killed this Gengar. So that's down, I lucked out. But, he also has Togekiss, which I still can't use Earthquake on, but I do have Stone Edge. But Togekiss is relatively defensive. I did get a critical hit on it, but that's not going to save me. Togekiss is a fairy flying type, just so you guys know, and it can be used for all sorts of strategies. He's going for Ancient Power. Ancient Power is a rock-type attack that will allow him to boost the stat, every single one of his stats besides evasiveness and accuracy. So basically all the stats you can EV train, that attack could potentially boost it. And considering Togekiss's ability, which doubles the chance of secondary effects, of course, he would be able to pull that up. But thankfully for me, I'm about to kill his Togekiss. So I'm just gonna, well, I have to take another hit, and Gliscor gets hit, and barely hangs in there, thankfully for me, and of course he gets another stat boost, and now we have to go through the text of all the stat boosts and stuff. It's fine. It's cool. I use Acrobatics. I get rid of this Togekiss, but unfortunately, my Gliscor is almost dead, which means I pretty much no longer have a counter to that Lucario of his. Well, I mean, I do, but Gliscor is not going to be it. So he still has that Bullet Punch. That's going to kill me. It's okay, Gliscor. You did an awesome job taking down 2 of his Pokemon. Alright, up next is Yagulge, my Dragulge, because I figured I resist fighting attacks, but hello! He still has Bullet Punch, and Dragulge is specially defensive, not physically defensive. I still managed to take a hit, but yeah. Almost killed him. Unfortunately, I did not kill him, and this is going to kill me. That Mega Lucario is going to be a tough time. So alright, I figured rather than going on the defensive, I should go on the offensive. So I went out for a fighting psychic type, so that way I could resist steel, I could resist fighting, But he has Crunch, which is super effective toward me. And with that attack stat of his, and the poor defense stat of my own, Yellow Fox was quickly defeated as well. I'm sorry, girl! So that Lucario was giving me a tough time, so I just decided to send up my trump card, which is my shiny Frostlass, or Yoshiller. She is my last resort. So I'm able to take a hit because I decided to put a Focus Sash on her, and then I used Destiny Bond. And I get that his Lucario is already like at under half health, but I wanted to make sure that that Lucario of his was gone. So I went for Destiny Bond. He's going to kill me here, and because I'm dead, that means so is he. So there you go. Thank you, Frostlass, or Yoshiller, I guess. Goodbye, African Goku, or Lucario. So alright, I have one Pokemon left, and that, well, he has two Pokemon left. He has Volcarona, being one of them, and I have Udra, my Gudra. Now, I'm specially defensive and specially offensive. My fear, though, is that he will overpower me and kill me. So, he's using Quiver Dance, which is what Volcarona is pretty much known for. Increasing his speed, special attack, and special defense. And I missed on top of that, which means I'm pretty much screwed. He's using Flame Charge, which is a little weird. Like, I know my defense stat is lower than my special defense stat. But I guess he just wanted the speed boost. I missed again, so it just isn't my day. But at this point, I'm figuring I'm about to lose. I resist fire. I don't resist bug. I don't know why he didn't use a bug type attack. He told me he made a mistake at one point, and that was probably it. But whatever. I, thankfully, was able to kill his Volcarona by getting a critical hit, which means, because I got a critical hit, I was able to do twice the damage, and I negated the fact that he had a special defense boost, because critical hits ignore any defense or special defense boost that the opponent has. But his last Pokemon's Garchomp, his Pseudo Legendary defeats mine, and Gudra is unfortunately defeated, and he's still alive with one Pokemon remaining. Alright, well that's battle number 1, humans. Let's move on to battle number 2. Alright, same Pokemon. You're allowed to rearrange the order, but the Pokemon have to be the same. That was the rule. So here we go. But now that we've both seen all of our Pokemon in action, strategies are played differently. So I didn't start off with Mawile this time. He goes straight to his Lucario this time. I started off with Gudra, or Udra, my Gudra. I really should start calling my Pokemon by their nicknames in these Pokemon BATAW episodes. Anyway, of course he Mega Evolves it. He may as well do that right off the bat. There's no harm in doing so. And unfortunately for me, like I said before, my Gudra is not physically defensive. She's specially defensive. So she is one shot. I'm sorry, Udra. It's okay, because I still got Gliscor, my ground flying type, which acts as a good counter to his Lucario. He used Blaze Kick. I dodged it. I was afraid of using Earthquake because I feared he would switch, so I just went for Acrobatics, and I killed him because his defense and special defense stats were dropped, and my Gliscor is amazing, and yeah. So he goes for Shadow the Frog, his shiny Greninja. Fearful of him using super effective water or ice type attacks, I switched out. I decided to go for Yagold, my Dragold, my Poison Psychic, or my Poison Dragon Pokemon, sorry. Now that's going to be super effective for me, but I figured I could resist it. I didn't, unfortunately. So, pretty much Yagold was useless in this battle. I still got Yawile, though. And although she isn't specially defensive, she's physically defensive, I decided to put her out anyway. I used Sucker Punch on this turn, thinking he would attack me, and he didn't. But, which means that pretty much he got a safe switch, and I was unable to do anything. Though I did Mega Evolve my Yawile, so she's doing fine. Sucker Punch again doesn't work. Okay, Fairy Flying versus Fairy Steel. I am super effective toward him. He paralyzed me, but that shan't stop Mega Yawile from wrecking his Togekiss. So I use Iron Head. Kill him in one shot because Mega Yawile is amazing like that. And his Togekiss is down. But I am paralyzed, which means whoever's out next will be faster than me, considering Mawile isn't fast to begin with. He has his Garchomp, and while I am physically defensive, that's still going to wreck me because Garchomp is an amazing attacker. It's okay, Mawile. Yawile. Mega Yawile. He took down one of his Pokemon. I sent out Yoshiller, and while I could go for my strategy of using Destiny Bond, I didn't. He is faster than me, which is fine, because no matter what, I can take a hit because I'm holding a Focus Sash, but ultimately, I just decided to go for the 4-time super effective hit of Ice Beam, because my Yoshiller has an awesome special attack stat. And his Garchomp's down. I just want to make sure that Garchomp was gone. I could have used Destiny Bond, but he could have switched, so I just wanted to make sure that was gone. He now has his Gengar, so we have a Ghost versus Ghost, a Shiny versus a Shiny, but ultimately, although both our Pokemon are fast, his is faster. He probably has like a right-natured Gengar or something, while my Yoshiller doesn't has a neutral nature, meaning none of my stats go up or down. Figuring that his Gengar is part poison, I decided to send out Yell Fox, but I am still weak to Ghost, and so Yell Fox was unable to be used, making her kind of useless in this battle as well. It's okay, Yell Fox. Maybe next time. Yiscore is up next, and I know he has Levitate, so I'm not going for a ground type attack. I just wanted to go for something that could take a hit, and Yiscore can thankfully do that. Now I go for that Acrobatics. I'm not holding an item, so the power is boosted, and I got a critical hit, which means his Gengar is now dead. But unfortunately for me, Yiscore is my last Pokemon. So you can probably tell how this match is going to end. He still has his shiny Greninja, which is about to kill me. He goes for that Ice Beam. 4-time super effective hit. He's faster, and I'm about to die, and I am dead. Which means Sephazon has won both matches. It's okay, though. It's okay. And that's, humans, is both matches that I had against Sephazon. So good games, Sephazon. Good games. Anyway, that wraps up this video of Pokemon BATAW. Well, at least the normal version. So that wraps up these matches. The sped up version will be coming in a moment. You can skip ahead if you want, or you can just stop watching the video. Anyway, see you all in future BATAW matches. Bye-bye, humans. Time for the speed up part, or sped up part. Yay!